Hey guys, welcome. This is Deepika from mytutorialrack.com. Now, in the previous tutorial, we created an auth provider, and through that auth provider, we provided the client ID and the client secret of our source system. Time for a quick joke. When do computers overheat? When they need to vent.
Oh, no, 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 no.
And now what we need to do is we need to create our name credential, and in order to create name credential, we will also set up our external credentials. Okay, so we'll go over to the quick find here, and I'm going to go to the name credential first, and here, if I try to create a new name credential, you will see it is asking me for an external credential first. Okay, and there is an old way of the legacy way of creating a name credential, and that's not what we're going to do. We will go ahead and use the new way of creating a name credential. So first, we are going to set up our external credentials. Okay, external credentials are basically used for two things: to set up what protocol, what is the authentication protocol. We have OAuth 2.0, and you can also decide on your flow. Are you going to be using a browser flow, or you're going to be using a JWT flow? So you can decide on that. And also through external credential, you can set up authorization, and we will use Principal to set up that authorization part. So here I'm going to say employee app source. Okay, and here the name I'm going to use is employee app source credential, and the protocol I'm going to choose is going to be OAuth 2.0, and the flow type, we have two options, JWT and a browser flow. We're going to go with the browser flow here. Scope I'm not providing at this point, and it is asking me for a auth provider, and we have already created a Salesforce auth provider in the previous tutorial. And now we will go ahead and hit the save. So I have created my external credential here. And the next thing is, now I can go ahead and create a name credential. So I'll click on new here. Till this point, we have not specified the URL of our system that we are going to hit, right? The source system. We have not specified the URL of the source system. So this is where we are going to provide the URL of the source system. So now we need to tell our client application the URL of the source system that they have to hit, right? So here I'm going to say source system credentials. This is where I'm going to provide it. And then the name is employee source system credentials. Okay. And the URL, now we have to provide the URL of our source application. So we'll go ahead and log in to our source application, which is which one? This is our source application. So this is the URL. I'm going to go ahead and copy it and hit the login here. And over here, you will go over to my domain. So do not copy this URL. We are interested in the my domain URL, and that is the URL you will be providing on our client application. So here, this is the URL I'm going to copy, and we will go here and we'll say https:// and then we are going to provide the URL. External credential, I have this as the external credential. We are not using any client certificate. We will leave everything as it is, and then we will hit the save button. This is the authentication part that you have done. Now the next important thing is authorization part, right? So authorization tells you, after you have been authenticated, are you the right individual who should be able to see this data? Because an employee data can contain a lot of confidential information, right? It can have your SSN number, it can have your salary information, it will have your address information, it will have your email information, and you don't want everybody to have access to that data, and you don't want everybody to make the call out. So you want to have some